Hello there everyone, this is Super Comic Girl. Welcome back to my channel. So finally we've reached the end of the second season of Pennyworth. And I am going to say that the ending of the second season was totally unexpected. It turned out to be really awesome. And yeah, so we have the emergence of several things. I'm going to go into detail, so this is going to be a pretty long video. So one of the things that we see is the attempt to detonate this weapon, Storm Cloud, to basically destroy most everybody in London to where everybody else surrenders. That's the whole point of Storm Cloud, was to end this war so that they could rule over the masses and all that type of stuff. What ends up happening is Pennyworth's father, who is only alive because of the technology that was put into him, tells him exactly where the bomb is located, and it is located in the one place that nobody would have ever thought to look at, and that was the former head of the Raven Union, and it's in his coffin. It's because before they had basically said that they wanted him to be buried in his family's crypt. Well, nobody's going to look inside his crypt for the bomb, so that's why it was probably the best hiding spot for something like this. So what ends up happening is the bomb gets detonated, but it has to mix in order for it to detonate. And once it reaches critical point, it explodes. Well, Pennyworth's former commanding officer swallows the bomb and drowns it with alcohol, so it's easier to go down, because you're swallowing something, you need to go down. What this ends up doing to him is it ends up altering him. So at first it looks like that he's dead, and they don't know why in the world he didn't melt. But then he comes back to life, and he is the first, I would say the first, I'm going to say metahuman, essentially. He goes through this thing that turns him into essentially the first science-created superhero, which is weird. Another thing, now the 10th episode of the second season of Pennyworth actually got an article, and the reason for this is one thing the creators, and especially DC Comics, changed: the gender of Thomas and Martha Wayne's child. This is the oldest child. This is the child that will inherit Wayne Enterprises, all this money, when Thomas passes away. So instead of it being a boy, you have a girl. And she has a very different, she has a very different name than what Bruce has. So is this the birth of the female Dark Knight? I don't know. Because we are officially in the third season of Pennyworth, and so we don't know what's going to happen. So the reason that the birth of a girl to Martha and Thomas Wayne had an article made was that this changes canon entirely. We don't know if this is an alternate universe where, we know it's not the same universe that we talk about, like Prime. However, DC definitely approved of the gender change of the oldest of the of Thomas and Martha. And yes, this is the same Thomas and Martha that gets killed in the alley. So we don't know what is going to happen in the third season. We do know, of course, the end of the second season, that Martha gives birth to a little girl. Not in a hospital, in her apartment, with no thing as a midwife. And I do like they had like the little nurse's hat on and stuff like that, which is awesome. My mother loved that. So we don't know what's going to happen. We know now, if they stick with the whole idea that Martha and Thomas Wayne die at the end of the third season, and Alfred ends up taking care of her, is she going to find the Batcave? Is she, what's going to happen? We know perfectly well that the Wayne's child is forever connected with Batman. We know this. We know that it doesn't matter the gender of the child. If the parents died the same way that the canon Bruce's parents died, then there's probably going to be a very good chance that she will end up growing up to be Batwoman or probably Batwoman. Will she form the Justice League? Well, the answer is probably that she will. So if DC decides to go with this female Batman, which I am totally cool with, okay, I'm totally cool with it. Is she going to face the same is she going to have the same rogues gallery that Bruce has? Probably yes. Because if DC is keeping it true to the world of Batman, then she will have Joker, she will have Catwoman, she will have Harley Quinn, she will have Penguin, she will have Two-Face, the Killer Croc, all these characters. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. What are they going to do with this girl who is destined, if they do keep it like it's supposed to, which I think they probably will, because they don't want to alienate the fans already. We may end up having the scene in which Martha and Thomas Wayne are gunned down, and it psychologically scars their daughter, and their daughter decides at that moment that when she grows up, she is going to ensure that nobody has the same kind of fate that she had. So I'm definitely going to hopefully see that. It will be really cool, and I will definitely be excited about this if the final scene of Pennyworth shows her donning the iconic Batman costume, or should be Batwoman costume. I really would love to see that. That would really be awesome. It's something that I think that we're really going to be watching right now. Now, I am going to say this. I did watch the first episode of the third season of Pennyworth, and she is a 5-year-old girl. So she has this happy childhood. Now, I don't remember if Bruce lost his parents at 7 or 8, but if it keeps with keeps with Bruce's story, but as a girl, she has 3 more years with her parents. That is if they go canon, as far as her parents dying. So changing the gender of the child was big news. I mean, literally, that they had this big article, I think, on this on several internet newspaper sites, where they said at the very end of the final final episode of season 2, Martha and Thomas Wayne have a daughter. and people are like, okay, is this going to be Bruce's older sister? I really doubt it. I could be totally wrong. I really doubt this is Bruce's older sister. I think this is a female Bruce Wayne, which is interesting. And I did a review of the first episode of it, and it'll be after this one. I upload these videos like every other day, but that's the thing is, what's going to happen. Are the Waynes still going to die in the alley or not? And probably they, like I said, I've said this over and over again, they probably will be killed in the alley, because you're talking about Thomas and Martha Wayne, the couple that's tragic deaths led to the creation of Batman. And you cannot say this is the origin of Batman's butler without Martha and Thomas Wayne getting killed, and their son, now daughter, deciding that I'm going to dedicate my life to fighting crime. And as I said before, it'd be really cool if at the final scene of this show, this whole thing, that we are going to see her donning the cape and cowl and, starting her career. So that's going to be really interesting. If this is the final season of Pennyworth, and I did read it is, I really would like to see a DC show where she's in it and she's fighting, like the creation of the Joker. That'd be really cool. But there's a lot of stuff that we don't know is going to happen. And it's really interesting. I think them changing her gender was... I think changing Bruce's gender to make him a girl was really interesting. I thought it was new. It does really cement that this is not the same... Oh, sorry. I bit my tongue. This is not the same universe that has Bruce Wayne in it. You can still have the same kind of events that leads to the Dark Knight, but but as long as you kill Thomas and Martha off, people will say yes, this is a Batman thing. Also, in the I know I did not cover it in that review that you'll get, or I think I may have, I don't remember. The actor who plays Alfred Pennyworth said we're now getting to the comic book side of this universe. In other words, you're getting the superheroes and the supervillains. So this is what I really hope we see in season 3. And only 3 episodes have been put up. As I said before, I have watched the first episode of the 3rd season. But what I really want to see in the 3rd season of Pennyworth is the arrival of the JSA. Now, the JSA was active in the 70s. Now, Bruce Wayne, or, now the heiress to the Wayne fortune, formed the Justice League, which is basically a reforming of, you have a lot of the characters a lot of the superheroes that were in the JSA that are now in the Justice League, like Martian Manhunter, Dr. Fate, Wonder Woman, Superman, and all that. So yeah, because if you go and look at, like the Atom, for instance, Hawkman, the Atom, Dr. Fate, as far as I know, because I'm thinking about the Black Adam movie. So we have, I really would like to see the JSA appear in season 3 of Pennyworth, because you're talking about the age of superheroes and supervillains. And so having the JSA in season 3 would be really awesome. So if they do it like they did in the main continuity, this female Bruce Wayne will reform the Justice League, and definitely you're going to have Dr. Fate that's going to come in to, according to the cartoon, in the cartoon, Dr. Fate said that I got invited, that Nabu wanted to rejoin the Justice League to keep an eye on everyone. So it'd be really cool if the JSA appears, and you have characters like Dr. Fate, you have characters like Wonder Woman, you have characters like the Flash. The Flash was in the JSA. If you have Green Lantern, that'd be really awesome. Martian Manhunter, definitely a character that, we saw in Final Frontier, the animated Justice Society movie, which was really awesome. So yes, I really would like to see Dr. Fate. I would like to see Flash. I like to see Green Lantern. I like to see Wonder Woman. Definitely, I like to see them in this show, because it would really connect. It would really connect. That time period, the period of the superheroes and the supervillains, which would be really awesome. To see Wonder Woman in a DC live action TV show would be really awesome. I think people would love it. Of course, we all know that the filming has since ended and they've all probably gone their separate ways, but I really would like to see that. But if we get Superman, that would be really awesome. I know I'm a big nerd. That's just why I do these videos, because I'm a big nerd. But it really would be awesome, and I would definitely want to see, this one of the scenes is the most iconic, and this was in the animated series, where Alfred comes to pick up Bruce after his parents died. If they have that scene at the, in the final episode of Pennyworth, that would be really awesome. I have no idea how the season is going to end and all that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my very long review of the final episode of season 2 of Pennyworth. I'm going to Google and see if they're going to bring a season 4 out, because I really would like to find out. But I read that's the final season. They might just say, hey, we need another season because we haven't killed off Thomas and Martha Wayne yet. So I will see you guys around next time. Nerds, read on. Bye.